Hey everyone, it's Desiree. I am here with a project for Scrapping for Less as a design team member. So this is exciting. So I prepped some of my cards. I have one card base. I used my wonky stitch die. This is the stamp set that we're going to use. It's called Bold Balloons by Sunny Studios. And it is a layering stamp set, a 3-part. But if you know me, I'm going to do some changes on that. So as I said, I have 2 panels here. One, I've already used a die. My favorite thing's wonky stitched rectangle. And the other one is not. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my VersaFine ink. And on the design panel, on the left-hand side, I'm going to stamp 2 stars. I'm going to have them come off the panel. And then I'm going to stamp some stars onto the other one, because these are going to get fussy cut. And I wasn't quite sure how many I was going to need. I had an idea what I was going to put on the design base. I dug into my stash and I have a complete glitter embossing powder by Wow called Cloud 9. And if you like glitter, this is it, without the Swiffer need. That's what's awesome with that. I'm now going to grab the heart. Now, the 2 stamps that I used between the star and the heart, I used the second layer. To me, it just looked like a Mylar balloon right there. You really didn't have to layer it because I am using glitter embossing powders. This one I get from Michael's, and it's called a clear gold sparkle. You'll know that I can't speak either. And I'm going to use that for the hearts. So the stars are in silver and the hearts I did in gold. So I'm just going to cover those up, and then I'm going to use my heat tool to set them in place, to heat set them and make sure that the powder underneath is absolutely melted so that the glitter doesn't get all over the place. These embossing powders truly do look like glitter. When we do the techniques with, I mean, look at that one star there. It's absolutely amazing and it's beautiful. So I pulled from the stamp set 2 sentiments. The big Celebrate, of course, we had to use that one. And how fitting was that? A Celebrate stamp set for me. And then I added With Style. And that's kind of another reason why I went with the glitter. So I'm going to use my VersaFine Black Onyx ink at the bottom. And then I'm going to fussy cut these 3 out. Now, when I fussy cut, I like to cut a big border around the item so that it's easier to manipulate to fussy cut. When I do fussy cut, I am not a fussy cut person, but we do it. So I have my pieces. I grabbed a micron pen. Now, the stamp set does have straight lines that you could use, but I thought they were just a little bit too thick. I want the lines to be faint. So I grabbed my T-ruler and I'm drawing lines from the balloons that are already on the card. And then I'm going to play around with the placement of the other ones that I'm going to put on here. And I'm going to draw that line as well. Now you can see I'm not going past a certain point. And there's a reason for that. What I want to do is when I get this last line drawn, I'm going to make it look like there's a string around it. And then I'm going to draw the tails to come down through Celebrate. The size of this micron pen is an 01. So it is very fine. But again, I did just want a faint touch of those lines. I wanted the sentiment and the balloons themselves to be the focal point. So I'm going to use some foam squares to prop up 2 of the images. So one of the hearts and one of the stars we're going to prop up right in the center. Now you can see I always do uneven numbers. I believe in the rule of thirds. If I go over 3, then it's a 5 or it's a 7. I even count when I do my Nouveau drops too. So yes, absolutely. Everything's got to be uneven. I'm going to use my tape runner to adhere my design panel onto my 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 top folding card base. The paper that I used to create this design is Nina Crest 80 pound. So that's the outside. But I have this spare heart, and I don't like anything to go to waste. So I'm going to take that heart and I'm going to adhere it on the inside. Now, what's funny is I usually don't do anything to the inside of my cards, but since I had this extra heart, I figured why not. But also in this stamp set, and I really wanted to use them, they had this like confetti, these little tiny stamps of confetti. So I figured once I had the heart in there, I dug into my small ink cubes for bright colors, and now I'm just stamping away. I'm going to put all of these little tiny strings all over the place, the confettis and the dots and the sprinkles and all of that to make it look like a celebration is exploding out of the heart. So this was a lot of fun. I wasn't worried about cleaning off the stamps. They were so small. And the colors, yes, they were different, but nothing got contaminated when you're dealing with something this small. It was actually transferring onto the cardstock very well. And even if it did mix, it's a small area, and I got a different color on my card. So I wasn't going to clean in between. So that was our card. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit that thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to the Scrapping for Less channel, please, I encourage you to do that. Check that out. Check out their shop. This stamp set and many other items are absolutely available for you. So please, go to their shop, have fun, break out that credit card. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I will have links below as well. Take care, everyone, and always remember, be creative.